welcome to another video and stream of Project Cars. This is of course Fly and Flapper, and today we are going to be previewing what's remaining in the FLOC championships, as well as trying out new circuits and new cars as well that I haven't tried in this game, as I am pretty new to this edition of Project Cars. So I hope you do enjoy, like I said, guys. And before I crack on, I'm just going to say this. Obviously, with the FLOC Championship, this is actually like a test season. So I'm sort of trying to figure out what works, what doesn't work in the league, and whether or not I can keep everyone interested in the league as well. Now, I am looking to expand on the racing community. So if you are interested in or getting involved in leagues, and you're fed up of like public lobbies, and you feel that you're fair and you're clean and you've got good racecraft, and you feel you're up to the task to challenge with the guys that I do have currently in the league, then please do leave a comment below the video, and I welcome any response that I get. So yes, anyway guys, let's crack on. I've configured the wheel and everything, so I am going to showcase some of the rounds that we've got coming up for you. So this week is the turn of the touring cars. Now these are sprint races. We have got Brands Hatch, we have got Alton Park, and we've also got Snetterton 200 as well. All in the touring cars. I've yet to actually pick a car that I want to pick. I think I've got about 4 different choices. So we're going to head over to private testing, and we're going to see how we do with the BMW 320TC. Now we have got other circuits to do in the touring cars as well. There will be another sprint week as well, 2 weeks after this one. So that will be the 3rd of February. And also as well, what I forgot to mention, guys, is these races are on 9:30 PM Saturday UK time. So yes, if you do want to see these races, then please do tune into that. And obviously, if you are new to the channel as well, and you want to see them, then please do subscribe to the channel. It would be much appreciated. So let's pick Brands Hatch anyway. This is a circuit that I know pretty well. So yeah, like I said, I haven't picked the actual car, but these are the choices I've got. So let's just scroll all the way down. So let's go touring car. So yeah, we've got the BMW 320 TCE90. We've got the Mercedes A45. We've got the Astra TCR, which is actually I think it's the limited edition. It's the DLC, I believe. And then we've got the Renault Megane touring car. So I'm going to try out the BMW 320TC first. Like I say, round Brands Hatch, and yeah, let's see how we do. Now, of course, this circuit is located in Kent, in the United Kingdom, very close to London. This circuit is 2.43 miles in length and has 9 turns. Very tricky circuit if you don't know it. It can be very unforgiving if you do miss your braking or miss your racing lines. But this is a circuit that I've used not only in obviously Project Cars 1 over and over again, but obviously with the latest instalment of Gran Turismo as well. It's heavily featured on there, so I'm definitely no stranger to this circuit. We are doing the full circuit, not the Indy circuit, and we're doing 8 laps round here, which will be round 2 on Saturday. So I've not obviously got set up, so everything is default. The only thing I have got is, because I'm not using assists, brake pressure is down to 80%. I might tinker with that, maybe lower it slightly. Brake balance maybe I'll tinker with as well. Front duct opening and rear duct opening, we can actually lower that a little bit, I feel. I feel maybe we could even lower it more than 40%, but we should be okay with that. Let's put the slicks on. You've only got one choice of tyre really. I mean, obviously you've got ice and all-terrain and whatever, wet, but in terms of the actual compound, you know, you haven't got your hards or your softs, it's just slicks on this one. So let's also just have a look. So obviously I could tinker with all the bump stops, the caster angles, etc. But we're not going to do that at the moment. It's just sort of getting to know the circuit, showing you the circuit as well if you obviously are new to racing and stuff, and just showing you what I can actually do. Now, like I said in the last video, I was only supposed to commentate in this because, like I say, I am quite new to Project Cars 2, as I've been playing a lot of Gran Turismo, and the physics are very different between the two games. So and also actually the physics are very different between the first Project Cars and this second edition. So trying to get used to it has been quite difficult, and I'm actually not using any assists or racing lines or anything like that. I'm just getting straight into it and hoping I can get good pretty quickly. But yes, unfortunately, I had a guy that dropped out on the day of round 1 last week, and so I kind of had to put the commentary on the back burner and start getting involved in the races. Now, this tournament is only for 4 weeks. Like I said, it's a test season, so we're only doing 9 rounds. There'll be 6 rounds in the touring cars, which are all sprint races. We've got 2 rounds of endurance of the GTEs. We've already done 1 round of the endurance round Monza. That was on Saturday, and then we've got 1 bonus round as well in the IndyCar round Long Beach. So anyway, guys, enough waffling on. Let's get to the track and see what we can actually do. Let me just load up my chat as well. Just bear with me. Go. Hopefully it will load up. There we go. Right, nice. Okay, right, let's get to the track.
Go.
So, very long pit lane with the pit lane speed limiter on, sorry. 36 miles an hour, pretty slow. Of course, we're going to have to warm the tyres up because they are freezing cold right now as we go down Paddock Hill and then up to Druids. Graham Hill Bend and up to Surtees, I think that's how you pronounce it. Right, so we're not pushing the car because this is the outlap, and as you can see the tyres are pretty cold right now. I believe this car is a front wheel drive car, unless I am mistaken. I'm pretty certain that it is, as with the Megane, the Mercedes A45 and the Astra Opel, or the Opel Astra. So going through Westfield now, and I always forget what the name of this corner is. I think it's Sterling's, I think. Around the Clark curve to finish off the lap. Now, anyone that does know Brands Hatch, this corner here is probably one of the most important ones, and A corner that I don't think I've really mastered too well, to be honest. I know that people do take a different line to me and probably do approach it with a little bit more speed as well, but we're going to go through Graham Hill Bend, trying not to dart the curve too much. Now Surtees, I start off wide and then I cut in. I try and sort of clip the apex and use as much of the road as possible so we can get as much speed down straight. So approaching Hawthorne. Now this is also a bend where I'm not really sure whether or not to take it in 4th gear or 5th gear. But as we are still trying to warm up them tyres, maybe I will figure it out hopefully quite quickly. Yeah, I definitely need to learn the corners a little bit better. I mean, like I say, I've been around Brands Hatch quite a lot, so I have some info of this circuit, but I've never been one to actually learn all the corner names and stuff. So as time goes on, hopefully I will recite all of them. But we are starting to get a bit quicker as the brakes of the tyres are starting to reach optimal temperature. See, we are about a second up from the previous time, so things are starting to work a little bit better now. As you can see, after sector 2 we are now 1.8 seconds up. I'm going to take this in full, feel a little bit more secure, and I feel like I can get a lot more acceleration out as well. That corner, I'm not sure whether or not it should be 3rd gear or 4th. Yeah, we are over 2 seconds up now. I think we're about 3 seconds up now, so what lap time can we get? So we've got a 1:34.3. Now obviously I'm going to start streaming a little bit more through the week leading up to this weekend's races, and I will be working on the car setups, etc. Obviously I do need to pick a car as well. Now once I have picked a car, this car is for the remaining of the touring car races. So my choice of car is pretty important, to be honest. Also, I'm going to say to you as well, guys, is that I don't normally use cockpit view, but ever since I've been playing Project Cars 2, I find that if I do know a circuit quite well, I seem to actually prefer cockpit view. It's only when I don't know a circuit, I might use a different view just so I can actually see the apexes a little bit better. Keep that in 4th gear this time, just to see if we got a little bit better traction out the corner. But yeah, so far 1:34 is my best lap time. I've got a much better angle in. So like I said, guys, these are sprint races we're going to be doing, so 8 laps round Brands Hatch is actually going to go pretty quickly. All these races as well are going to have 10-minute qualifying. So we're about nearly 3/10 up. Coming up to Hawthorne. Sorry for the lack of commentary right now, guys. Just trying to sort of concentrate and nail a decent lap time. Okay, and there we go. So 0.5 up. We've hit a 1:33.865, which I think is a half decent lap time, but obviously with a little bit more practice and obviously tinkering with setups and stuff as well, hopefully we can get that lap time a lot further down. Maybe a 1:31, 1:32 might be a good lap time, but I mean that's not too bad for starters. Let's put the replay on just to see how it looked. I have to say the car looks quite beefy actually. I quite like that. Also gives me a chance to look at the corner names. So this one here is obviously Surtees, which I knew about. Looks pretty good on the replay, has to be said. As we go down up the Pilgrim's Drop, up and down the Pilgrim's Drop, Hawthorne Bend. Now on the Derek Miller Straight. This bend here is called the Westfield. Around the Dingle Bell. And then this corner here is Sheens. And then this left-hander is Sterling, or Sterling's. Down clearways, leading up to Clark Curve. Take that very nicely. And then round the bend to the start-finish line. So yeah, I quite like that actually. The car felt quite nice. Now I will maybe on another stream as well. Maybe I will try out lots of different touring cars on one specific track, just to really give me a good idea of what car I feel is quicker. But that seemed pretty quick though. So let's go on to the next one, which would have been Alton Park. Now I believe it is Alton Park. I think it is Alton Park International. So I'm going to try a different vehicle now. Like I say, I actually really liked that BMW, but the purpose of this stream is just to sort of test out other cars as well. So let's go for the Astra TCR. Again, Alton Park is a track that I know reasonably well from the first Project Cars. So Alton Park is a 2.68 mile circuit in length, and it is 17 turns. Right, let me. I'll be honest with you guys. I know this circuit obviously through Project Cars, but I don't actually know the actual corner names. But I do have a website that I can actually look up this information. So credit has to go to racingcircuits.info. So do check them out if you ever did need any information on specific circuits around the globe. Just bear with me, guys. Just my typing skills are pretty slow, so just typing that in now. We've got the international circuit. There we go. Alright, so this will, yeah, I probably will have to spend a bit of time learning the certain names. There is actually a name for every turn on this circuit, because as you will know, on other world circuits they'll have names for certain corners, and then other ones they might just call turn 3, turn 4. So this one literally has a name for every one of them. So over the course of time, hopefully by the weekend I will have this all learned. But yeah, anyway, enough jibber jabbering, and let's get out onto the circuit.
Go, go, go!
So this is a 2016 car. It's a lot newer than the other touring cars on this game. So that's quite nice as well. Again, we will have to work on the tyres and the brakes, as they are very cold right now. Of course, we can't take the corners at full speed right now. But yeah, this is round 3. This is a circuit we will be racing around on Saturday. Like I say, if you are interested in watching the league racing, this will be, well, this particular circuit I think will be on about 10 PM. UK time, but the actual broadcast will be starting at 9:30 PM. So as you can see already, the front tyres have already kind of warmed up. It's just the rear tyres, because this is a front wheel drive car, so just bear with me as well. Let me just get my chat up. Jason Holmes, welcome to the stream. How you doing, mate? So yeah, a little bit concerned with the car, because obviously it is a front wheel drive. You can see that the rear tyres are pretty cold. So will I lose a lot of traction? That is the question. Again, it will obviously be subject to car setups. As I'm currently using default, I have no idea how stable a default setup is really, compared to you know, spending hours on end tinkering away. Yeah, I'm pretty good, thank you, Jason. I know I haven't really been putting too much out on my channel lately, but I look to be doing that from now on for the rest of the Flyers League of Champions mini tournament, and hoping to have more leagues running in the near future as well. But that really does depend on what interest I get from new drivers, etc., as I am looking to build on what is a great little racing community I have already. So that lap time is invalidated. It has to be said the track limit penalties are very strict on this game. And it's one of the things that I'm having to turn off for our league racing at the moment. The one thing that I do on my leagues is that I do, even though I can be quite firm on certain rules, is I do like everyone to have their own say as well, because currently right now there's a lot of bugs and issues with the game where it's almost broken, the game, you know. All the features that they kind of publicise, it kind of doesn't work. The big Live Track 3.0 that they always go on about on this particular game doesn't work properly, at least on consoles, so it's very frustrating. But like I said, guys, and reiterating on the point that I said at the start of the video, is you know, if there are people that are new to the channel and they're looking to get into league racing, or definitely getting away from like public lobbies, because I know that's quite problematic with certain idiots. There's no really a kind word to say about some of these people. You know, then like I say, please do leave a comment below, and also any feedback to the video as well. You know, things that you feel I'm doing right and things you feel that I should include or you don't like, then also let me know as well. You know, constructive criticism is always a good thing in my view. So. Okay, so this is the first legitimate lap, and this one is a 149.172. Now this, I would say that this is probably one of my weaker circuits, even though I have done quite a lot of laps around here. But with the touring cars being quite new to me, I mean, they had touring cars on the first game, but they were quite limited in the classes, whilst these are quite true to life. I mean, one thing for certain on this circuit in particular, there's not really too many passing places, so it's a very narrow track. And obviously I do have, I'm not going to have track limits in place because of the sheer strictness of it, and kind of unfairness as well, because there are, you know, I've obviously had to test the game quite a bit to see what's working and not working, and at the moment the penalties, sometimes you get penalties for literally nothing. You know, there are times that maybe someone might crash into the back of you, you go off circuit, and rather than the guy bumping you off getting a penalty, it's often yourself getting the penalty just because you have gone off the circuit. So so I'm having to turn it off of the league and hoping that I can trust in everyone that they're not going to start cutting corners and try to be as fair as possible. So this lap is a lot better. You can see that the tyres have warmed up now. Quite like this car as well. 147.6 is the potential. Try and keep this in full and see if we can. Yeah, that's not too bad. Like I say, guys, hopefully I'll remember all the corner names as well by the time the league is on Saturday, but there is a lot of corners and a lot of names that I need to learn. So But even though this is just a test season right now, we have got a lot of top drivers here in the league, and people that either do get involved in the ESL or should be involved in the ESL. Really high standard of drivers. We have got a few people that are sort of like me, where you know, they're only really just starting to get into Project Cars 2, but they are they're you know, natural born racers, like I'd like to think anyway. So we're nearly a second up already. We are getting quicker. And this is a 146.8. So again, guys, I don't really know how that's going to rank in terms of times in my league. I can sort of bet my bottom dollar that it won't be a pole time there. But as we look at the replay, just to see how it looked. But yeah, this will be round 3. So round 1's already gone, guys. That was Monza GP endurance, 35 laps. That was last weekend, last Saturday. And this weekend, from 9:30 PM, like I said, we're going to have round 2 of Brands Hatch GP with 8 laps around there, 10-minute qualifying. Then we've got round 3, which will be this race, Alton Park International. Again, 8 laps around here and 10-minute qualifying. And then the last race of that night is round 4, round Donington National, and that will be 10 laps around there, again with 10-minute qualifying. Now, so far in the championship, Gingerbread Man does lead the way. We have adopted the F1 point system. So it will be Gingerbread Man leading the pile on 25 points. Then we've got Michelin Man in second with 18 points. And then we've got Dan Ebbs in third place with 15. And then myself, I surprisingly came fourth. And I think I've got 12 points. So yeah, it's a shame really that I'm not streaming like from OBS and all that, because obviously then you'll see the graphic in front. The other issue I've got as well is the online championship doesn't really work at the moment. It does work, but for what I need it for, it doesn't really work. The other problem I had is that I've got quite a lot of friends on PlayStation, and it only loads up like 100 friends on there. So as it turned out, I could only load up about 2 names out of my the people in my league to actually preset the online championship. So, you know, not only can you put your schedule on there, but you can also have like a league standing on there, etc., and it works it all out for you. But as well as, you know, you can actually edit it yourself. But like I say, because I couldn't get my friends on there, again, it's an issue whether it's PlayStation or whether it's the actual game, but I couldn't do that. So the only way I can do it is do a race by race thing, just like a single race, which means then I can't actually put the table up or anything. So it's a little bit annoying, and I'm hoping it's something that they can fix in the future. But for now, I can only really talk about it. But of course, guys, because I am on PlayStation, I do have the Flyers League of Champions community on PlayStation. So, you know, like I say, if you're a proper racer and you want to get involved either in the next league or in leagues in the future, or even just general races on whether it's Project Cars 2, Gran Turismo, and like I say, if you're of a clean nature and you've got good racecraft, then you're more than welcome to request to join to that community. And like I say, I hope to just generally just build this racing community, because obviously it's such a niche genre anyway. You know, I want to kind of find out on YouTube, like how many races there are out there, and yeah, and obviously I want you guys to enjoy the races as well. So, but anyway, let's where are we going? So it was Donington, was it? Donington National. So it's this circuit, it's the slightly shorter version. We're going to go in a different car this time. We're going to go for, I think we're going to go for the Megane this time. Alright, Megane. So again, not the Donington Park National. It's because it's the shorter variant. The length is just under 2 miles long, 10 turns as well. Again, it's another circuit. Gonna have to learn the names, but I can bring it up on this website. I mean, these are circuits that I would love to. I'd love to actually visit one day. Brands Hatch is literally just around the corner from me, but you know, Donington. I think Donington is sort of like Midlands sort of area. I think Alton Park. I think Alton Park is like Norfolk or something like that. I think I could be completely well off the mark there, but I think that's where it is. But it's definitely something I'm going to have to research over time anyway. But yeah, these are really good circuits. I really like them, and yeah, I'm on the website now, so I'm just looking at the names. Like I say, you know, this is something I will learn hopefully before Saturday. So okay, right. So again, guys, no setup on here. We are running with the default, apart from brake pressure. I mean, I could maybe tinker with the downforce a little bit, but I don't really want to get involved with all the bump stops and the camber angles as of yet. But obviously, for me anyway, I mean, there are websites you can actually go and visit where people have got a genuine setup for a certain car on a certain track. But it really depends on what your racing style is, because it might not suit the way that you drive. But it's yeah, it's I don't like to tinker with things that I don't really know too much about, but I do normally do like ride height and the spring rates, and maybe the anti-roll bar as well. But anything dampers wise, I think it's a little bit beyond me, to be honest. Can lower the fuel slightly, and yeah, okay, I think we can roll with that. But this is just really to give us a rough idea what lap time I should be hitting. I mean, I think a 110 is pretty good round here, I think, but I mean that is just a guess really, a rough estimate. So again, guys, we have to warm up the tyres and the brakes. One thing I really do like about this game is its authenticity. It's you know, as much as I do like Gran Turismo, it's a little bit arcadey. You don't get the chance to sort of tinker with the tyre pressures, for example. You don't actually have to warm up the tyres or warm up the brakes as such. And then other than that, you have got a set of Corsa, which I would say is still the most realistic game on console. But, I mean, I've not gone back to the game in recent times, but when I did play it, I did feel like the game was a bit boring in terms of like game modes and lack of content and stuff. So particularly in the circuits, I mean, They did, if you had the season pass, they did actually add quite a few new cars on there. But for me, circuits is key to the longevity of the game, or of the racing game, and that's where Project Cars 2 really does excel on. Tyres just getting back up to optimal temperature now. Car feels really good actually. Like, I don't want to jinx myself, but just don't seem to be too much drama with the car. It feels very stable. Not sure about the actual top speed and acceleration, but the BMW felt a lot looser on Brands Hatch, but that could be down to sort of the elevation changes on the circuit, and obviously the layout of the circuit is very different as well. So I'm going to push a little bit more this time. 2 temps up in the first sector. We didn't get this quite right. And we just cut the corner as well. God damn it. Just about to say, you know, we haven't reached any track limits, and felt like I could have pushed the car even more, and I made that mistake. But interestingly, even running over that curve there didn't really unsettle the car. So the 112, even though it doesn't count. I'm not really sure about this corner, like what gear I should be taking this. It felt quite good in third there. Time there. Brake a little bit too soon there. Just don't want to cut the track really. That's the main thing. Better. So maybe a 110 was a little bit optimistic. That's a 112.660. I think, you know, with a decent setup, I think we could go a lot quicker. See, the front left is wearing it down quite quickly already. A tenth down, half a tenth down, but good corner. Got a little bit too much speed. We've lost some valuable time there. But I think a low 112, possibly a 111 is definitely achievable. And that was barely quicker, but it was a little bit quicker. Let's put the replay on again. So, like I said, guys, this is the Renault Megane. Now, I've not actually tried out the Clios yet on this game. On the first Project Cars, I did feel like the Clios were horrible to drive. They were very oversteery. You know, considering it's quite a slow car. To be honest, I thought the Clios were supposed to be front-wheel drive, but I think they were I believe they were rear-wheel drive. Possibly, maybe it was a rear-engined car, and no, I'm not sure though. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, guys. But it just felt very unstable through corners, and it was very difficult to warm up the tyres as well. Whilst with the Meganes on this, the car feels very planted, which is what I want. I want to have every confidence in the car, so I can really push the car to its limits. So. Yeah, I was impressed with that car. So it's going to be quite a difficult choice, really. I mean, I still kind of feel like the BMW is the better choice. But then, obviously, like I said, guys, I've chosen a different touring car for every circuit that will be live on Saturday from 9:30 PM. By the way, guys, I just thought I'd get that in again. But yeah, so maybe that wasn't a fair test. But that's what's coming up next week. Now, I will briefly go on to the 3rd of February, which will be in the GTE cars. Now, that is a car that I have already picked, because we did Monza last week. So yeah, I picked this car. This is the livery that I went with as well. Everyone's got different liveries, so that, well, I say everyone's got different liveries. I've tried to put everyone in a different livery. Unfortunately, if you look from the Ferrari, there's only actually 5 different liveries, and a lot of people went with the Ferrari as well. I believe that basically people either went with the 4GT LM GTE or they went with the Ferrari 488 GTE. I think one person might have gone for the Corvette, but clearly no one liked the BMW M6 or the Aston Martin Vantage. So, Jules, welcome to the stream. How you doing, mate? Hope you're doing well. So yeah, I'm going to go with my trusty car. And this is around the Fuji Speedway, the Grand Prix track. Now, what I might do for this, because obviously this is a faster car, this particular circuit as well, I don't know too well. I mean, I used to play it a little bit on the old Gran Turismo, but this is not on Gran Turismo Sport right now. So, I want to see how fast I can go round here. And like I say, I don't know it too well, but it's a 2.43 mile length circuit with 16 turns. I believe a 140 is a rough guideline for this particular circuit. But yeah, what I might do, because obviously I've been using the cockpit view here, I might actually revert to the bonnet view or even the roof cam, just so I can actually see the apexes of the corners, because it's quite a technical circuit. There's a lot of tricky turns and sharp turns, and it's not really possible to see the apexes when you've got it in cockpit view. Maybe on the outlap I can do that, but I will definitely change it to what I need it to be. Oh, what's up, Jules? I mean, obviously, if it's too sad, don't tell me. But you know, don't like to hear someone in distress or anything. Yeah, I'm not too bad, Jules. Not too bad, mate. It's good to be back streaming and putting some content on here. And obviously, for those of you that have joined the stream, thank you for tuning in. Really do appreciate you coming in and seeing what I'm doing. Now, I think I've got everything how it should be, to be honest. So I'm going to roll with that. So I'll put it in cockpit view for this outlap because it's not very important, but yeah, maybe on the next lap we'll put it on the roof cam so I can actually get these lap times a little bit further down. But this will be coming up on the 3rd of February, Saturday 9:30 PM UK time. and this will be 40 laps around this circuit with a 30-minute qualifying session. Again though guys, tyres are cold. Also as well, have I got slicks on, soft slicks here? Right, okay. So yeah, at the moment, not much grip with the tyres. Get the, God. There you go. So I can sort of see the apex, but I much prefer the open view, to be honest. So yeah, this is obviously going to be, well, it's not even a lap, is it? But this is just, like I say, a chance for me to get them tyres and brakes warmed up. Now I don't really know what gear to take the them corners in. Do I go for second and keep the revs low, or do we try and sort of maximise the speed in the first gear? I don't really know. But yeah, that corner there, I could not see the apex, and right, oh, front again. So this is the view that I prefer to use, just so I can really see what I'm doing. Going to the fight, got my mouth gashed with a... Oh my god, that's pretty horrific, mate. What the hell did you do to deserve that? Was it? Did you? Yeah, that's pretty horrific, mate. I don't really know what to say. You beat the crap out of the guy though. So basically the saying is that you should have seen that guy, yeah? Still mate, sorry to hear that, that's not something you hear every day, to be honest, so... So yeah, I mean like there guys, you can see I could really maximise the angle going in to that corner and near enough hitting the apex, not quite hit the apex, but... This is a first gear corner for certain. I think maybe that is a second gear corner, you know. This one's definitely a second gear. We didn't cut in enough, to be honest. So yeah, I am very much on still learning the circuit really. I'm not, you know, nowhere near to my 100% potential, and obviously we will have to work on the setup for this circuit as well. So, oh yeah, the friend with you as well, right? Okay, well, it's, you know, it's good that you have backup because yeah. I think we're about 3 temps up now, or nearly 3 temps. Oh, damn it, we went wide. I've just got to sort of calm it down with the revs. Also as well guys, I've got the assist turned off, so I felt like if I had have pushed it through that corner, I felt like the car was going to go sideways. This corner is called Dunlop Corner. I mean, that would be quite obvious with the Dunlop sign there, but like I said guys, I will have all these corners learned in time for the races, but just I suppose I've never needed to learn before I went on YouTube, so better exit. But of course this lap is invalidated. This is one of the problems with the game, like I said. The track limits are a little bit too strict, and what I've been looking around, my league, it might be the only league that doesn't actually have track limit penalties on. But like I said, it's not because we're noobs and you know we want to cut corners and whatever. It's more the fact that it's a bit. I personally think it's a little bit unfair. You know, if someone sort of hits you, you go off circuit, and then you get a 30-second penalty for it. I think it's a little bit unfair when somebody else has hit you. You know, that's what the game does, unfortunately, and it really does need a patch just to sort of even out the strictness, really, to make it a little bit softer. The other thing I don't really agree with, but obviously you can get around it, is a lot of the obviously if you do cut a corner then you deserve the penalty, but you know, when you go wide, often you're losing time anyway by going wide on the circuit, and the game seems to penalise you for that as well, so that's something I feel that needs to be addressed. Put the hammer down a bit quicker then. As you can see, the potential is a 140.177. This will be obviously a little bit quicker than the lap we had previous. So this should be a 140. 140.5. Maybe we can brake a little bit later there. My braking's very much on them 3 project cars boards on the left hand side, and I normally go for the middle one. So whether or not I can maybe use the third one, I'm not really sure. But with 3 tenths up, that's good. A bit wide. Oh no, turned in too early. We've lost some valuable temps there, I think. I think we'll do one more lap after this, guys, and then we'll move on to the next week of sprint races in the touring cars, and also as well the bonus race of the IndyCar around Long Beach. That is actually a race I am looking forward to, even if it's the type of circuit where it's quite difficult to pass on. It's a street circuit, of course. Probably not as tight as Monaco, but still tight. Again, guys, we have lost a couple of tenths there, I think. But this should be better. I will get to your comment there, Jules. Just bear with me. So nearly 2 tenths up. Let's break a little bit later. You can hear the wheels lock up there. Come on, hang on to it. So yeah, I mean, no doubt if I, you know, put in 30 laps or something, you know, hopefully I will improve. And like I say, obviously setups are very important on this game, so I think it's this corner there that I lose time on. fastest lap is a 140.341. Can we get into the 139s? That might be slightly beyond me here. Oh, just shy of it. Okay, let's look at the replay now, and I can get a chance to look at your comment as well, Jules. Alright, so no, he was cussing out my friend's 1-year-old daughter while... He was cussing out my friend's 1-year-old daughter while I was there, just casually chilling outside the house. So I jumped in, 2 bangs to the head, then he gashed me, then friend hit the bastard head in, punched up the guy's wrist. So, I mean, do you live in like quite a dodgy area then, Jules? Or, Again, this is a course I need to learn. I know one of the corners called the Dunlop Corner, and I think that's where the Dunlop sign is. Well, it would make sense, wouldn't it, if it was there. I think there's one called the 150R then, and that might have been where I was just then. I have to say, I do really like this car. I know a lot of people do go for the GT3s, but I mean these cars are very similar to the GT3s. They are a little bit quicker though. But a lot of people in my league were like, no, we don't want to do the GT3s. Everyone does the GT3s, so I thought, okay, we'll try the GTEs, and I really like this car, to be honest. And like I say, hopefully guys, all this practice that I do put in, hopefully I will be back to being my competitive self, because like I say, I'm new to this game. I'm not new to the first Project Cars, but I'm obviously new to this game, and this is a new circuit. So right, anyways, so that is coming up 3rd of February guys, 9:30 PM, 40 laps and 30-minute qualifying, just a single race on its own, and that is also the last race from the GTE series. Like I said guys, this is just a test season, and just seeing what works and what doesn't work. But what I will appreciate though guys is obviously if you know, any thoughts or ideas that you got, if you did tune into them races and you was like, that was a boring race, or you know, I think this class of car is better, or whatever, let us know in the comments. And like I say, I am always striving to make this community a lot bigger and better. So again, if you are looking to join a league, or at least get away from the public lobbies, and actually have some decent racing, and you feel like you can take on the best from this league, then you're more than welcome to join the community. It's Flying's League of Champions, and we're on PS4 of course, so you're more than welcome to join the community on the PS4, and then obviously just, you know, leave your details in the comments as well, you know, your PSN name, whatever, and yeah, you know, I'll be more than happy to get you to link up with my members as well. So but anyway, let's have a look at the sheet then. So the following week, so it'll be round 6 is alright, okay, so we've got Knockhill International Sprint Race. In fact, round 6 is Snetterton 200, which is 10 laps and a 10-minute qualifying session. Then we've got round 7, which is at Knockhill International. That is 12 laps with a 10-minute qualifying, and then round 8 is Silverstone International, 10 laps around there, 10-minute qualifying. That will finish off the touring car part, and then we've got a bonus round, and it's round 9, round Long Beach in the Indy cars, and it's also a double points round as well, so it's very important for the guys to compete on there. So even if we have got a bit of an outright leader, we're hoping that the double points will still make it quite close and make it a very important race. But yeah, we've adopted the F1 style, so it is 25 points for first place, 18 for second, and 15 for third. And up to 10th place, you're in the points as well. Now, we have got, I think We have got 16 people, but the first race didn't go so well, guys. So I don't know whether or not anyone's going to be dropping out, but I really hope not. But yeah, we had a few issues in the first race, which I'm not happy about and rather embarrassed about actually. But yeah, you'll have to check out the first race to find out why. But yeah, let's get into the touring car anyway. So let's get to pick the BMW again. So it's the 320TC. And we are at, I think it doesn't really matter which one I pick, but we'll go for Snetterton 200. This is the medium version of Snetterton as well. Which I could have gone for the 300 version, but I just felt like the 200 in the touring cars just felt better. So this is exactly a 2-mile circuit, only 8 turns. There's 2 very long straights on it as well. So hopefully there will be a lot of overtaking. But yeah, Jules, if you're still in the stream, mate, you know, I hope you recover well. It sounds like that guy's not going to mess with you again. But yeah, mate, it's not good to hear. But I hope you at least can relax and enjoy the stream, mate. Right, okay, so no real setup, but I think everything is stuck to what I had on the last practice session, so we can just roll with that. I'll go back to the cockpit view as well. And also remember, guys, if you are liking the stream or the video, then please do leave a thumbs up. And also, if you are new to the channel and you want to see more racing content from myself, then please do hit that subscribe button. Every little helps, guys, and it would be much appreciated. So, like I said, guys, again, cold tyres, so we have no grip. A little bit loose. Right, so we do need to warm up them tyres. Hopefully by the end of this lap, it might not be up to complete optimal temperature, but you know, at least there'll be a little bit more grip. Massive sausage curve there as well. So there's no chance of you cutting that corner without doing some serious damage to your car. Oh god, a bit of oversteer as we hit that chicane. Yeah, I think this track is a lot of fun. You know, it's very fast, to be fair. Not many. Well, obviously there is a couple of tight turns, but like I say, quite a lot of long straights and even some fast corners. So I think this will be a really good race. So we cross the line with a 115.4. Try 5th gear. On the car there, I think it should be 4th gear. Did lose quite a few tips. But we'll do one more lap after this because we know that the tyres are definitely warming up now. And like I said, guys, obviously this is a reasonably long stream, I suppose. I am going to test out different track and car combinations. And so there is quite a few circuits that I've not even attempted to go around yet. So I can't promise it's going to be that good, but at least you can sort of get to find out how I learn a circuit. Like I say, I don't use the racing line at all. We have got all the assists turned off as well, so we are definitely jumped in the deep end here. Two attempts down there, so I didn't take that corner too well. But yeah, if we don't beat our lap time, 1:15, I think it's quite respectable. But again, guys, that is obviously subject to setups and more practice, of course. Four attempts down there. God, oh, wrong line. Completely wrong line there, guys. We did completely screw up there. So that's where it makes the difference with the ABS. If I had ABS there, I could have got away with it and slowed down for it, but because there is no ABS, I was just going straight. I really like this car, guys. I think that's a good car. Pretty certain that this would be a rear-wheel drive car, but considering that all the other touring cars are front-wheel drive, it would be strange just to have one car that's rear-wheel. But touring cars, I'm not really sure, but in general, the road cars are rear-wheel drive, so I couldn't imagine that the touring car would be any different. So next up, what was we going to do? It was Knockhill. Now Knockhill is a circuit I don't know well. So you're going to have to bear with me on here, and you know, if I do come across as a noob, it is literally because I have I don't really have a clue of how to take the corners or anything, so I can really only go by instinct here, so yeah, don't hate me. But it's a very, very short circuit anyway, which is why I've opted for 12 laps. I think it is literally like a minute for a lap. So yeah, it's a very short race. So again, we're in the touring cars, so I am going to go with the Opel Astra. Again, this is a I believe this is like a limited edition car or something, or it might have been part of the DLC. I'm not really sure. I know that if you don't have that version, then obviously you won't have that car, but it's a 1.3 mile length circuit with 9 turns. Primarily, really, the Knockhill circuits are more to do with rallycross, aren't they? I believe. I think they've got like an oval circuit or something as well. But yeah, I don't know Knockhill that well, to be honest. Okay, yeah, I keep going to set up, but I might as well just keep it the same. We have got cold tyres, so we've got to take it quite easy. What I don't like about this circuit as well is it's quite bumpy, so it does really unsettle the car. So I would imagine setup is vitally important on this circuit. There, I could not see anything. You really didn't know how to turn in, really. But like I said, guys, this is really me on instinct here. I'm not really, don't really know how to take these corners. Touring cars in general are quite easy to drive, so I'm hoping we'll be okay. Tyres are still a little bit cold. I'm guessing as well there is pretty much... Oh god, oh Jesus, yeah, we've lost it. Yeah, I'm thinking because it is a front wheel drive that it's nigh on impossible maybe to get these rear tyres warmed up maybe. Okay, so I've learned one thing, guys, that corner there, whether or not it's because the tyres are a little bit cold, but maybe take that a little bit slower. In that corner there, I've just gone around the hairpin. Maybe that's a first gear corner. Car feels very unstable on that as you come down the hill, or down the dip really. It's not really a hill as such, is it? There we go. See, I feel like I'm going too slow over the crest. Thinking like maybe I can go quicker, but I'll tell you, I've got a feeling that I will lose the rear end. So that's the burning one. Welcome to the stream. It really depends on if you're into sim racing games. I mean, NFS is obviously all about pimping up your car and driving around street circuits and stuff, whilst Project Cars is a sim racing game. So if you liked games like, say, Gran Turismo, Assetto Corsa, yeah, them types of games, even though Project Cars is not about you know, souping up your car, because obviously with the old Gran Turismos and maybe like Forzas and them sort of games, it's, you know, it's about buying a road car and then you know, designing your car and giving it that massive like brake horsepower. Project Cars, you can't do that, but that's not what Project Cars is about. Project Cars is about mimicking real motorsport across like real circuits. So it's a difficult one for me to really say to you, mate, and I'm using, at the moment, I'm actually using a steering wheel and pedals, and I think that is really the way that it was meant to be played. So if you're a sort of control pad user and you have no intention of, you know, buying like you know, a racing setup, then I would say no, I wouldn't recommend it to you. But it does really depend on what your tastes are, really. So yeah, guys, it's probably not the best lap time around here, but I mean it's under a minute. So in the racing league, with this track featured, it's only 12 laps, so the race is only going to be like 10 minutes maybe. So oh, hold on. So because NFS felt more casual, Project Cars will be a lot more difficult, mate. Yeah. Yeah, definitely a lot more difficult. You really kind of need to understand how a car works. Really, you kind of need to understand like all the sort of suspension settings and the tyre pressures and your downforce and everything else. Like, if you're really into your cars, you will love Project Cars. But if you're, like I say, a casual kind of racing person, I couldn't really recommend Project Cars to you. I mean, it has got a career mode on it, and the career mode is not too bad. But like I say, you really need to be into your motorsport. So, you know, if you like your F1s, your Indy cars, your which I'm going to show you. In fact, what I will do, guys, I will go back onto the touring cars, but because the IndyCar is part of that race night, because this will be featured on the 10th of February, Saturday the 10th of February. So the bonus race is the IndyCar around Long Beach. Now, I absolutely love Long Beach, and again, before this game, I'd never ever been on that circuit. I obviously had tried the Indy cars, but yeah, the Long Beach circuit is of course a street circuit. So, and of what I've been told, it's quite true to real life as well. So we're going to go with these are the cars we're going for. It's either that one or that one. It's the road course Indies. These are the quicker ones, but Long Beach being you know, quite a tight circuit, it's not really needed, to be honest. So, well, that's the burning question, to be honest. do you like how I put that? But yeah, with a DualShock, I mean it works on a DualShock, but I wouldn't say it's designed for it. And obviously, because I am a wheel user, I would say personally it's difficult with a DualShock. But yeah, I don't know, mate. It's like I say, I really rate this game in terms of what it tries to do. It's not perfect. There is a lot of bugs that do need to be ironed out, and hopefully will be sooner rather than later. But yeah, I mean, like I say, if you're into NFS, then I'd say stick to NFS. Maybe get the Crew 2. I think the Crew 2 comes out soon, isn't it? So you know, maybe that is the style of game you should stick to. I think this one you'll probably find either boring or just too difficult to play, I think. Right, I think with my setup, I think this is already set up for me. But this car is a lot of fun to drive. Like I say, it's a brutal car, to say the least. It's you know, if you don't quite get the corners right, or you accelerate too soon out of the corners, then it really can spit you out and pretty much kill you. So hold on, let me just save that. So let me take you round a Long Beach in the cockpit view as well, so you can sort of experience like how fast it feels. The tyres are cold again, so we do need to warm it up. See, like, obviously, as you can see, the steering wheel, obviously you couldn't really do that with a dual shock, so I can sort of hold it on a corner. With a dual shock, you're kind of like, sort of like this. you know, obviously because you're using a thumbstick rather than actually holding onto a wheel, so. Sharp hairpin now. This car is so fun to drive. I literally could go round and round this circuit. I love it. I really do. I locked up the wheels there. Alright, I'll show a replay now. Let me just read your comments as well. Right, so do you think of playing with a wheel? Yeah, honestly, it's like playing a completely different game when you're using a wheel. I mean, I'm not using the best wheel in the world, but obviously having a wheel and pedals, it does cost quite a lot of money. I don't know where you're coming from, whether you're from the US or Europe or England or whatever, but yeah, I'm from the UK, and my wheel cost quite cheap at the time when I got it. I've noticed it's actually gone up in price, but I paid £100 for the wheel, paid about £90 for the wheel stand. I've got an upgrade on the pedals as well. They cost me like £75, so it's quite expensive, and my wheel's not the best wheel out there, or even close to being the best wheel out there. So the costs of all your racing gear can actually result to be very, very high. So it's not a cheap sport. Let's put it that way. I've just been tired of NFS. Want to try some other racings. What would you recommend? Well, like I say, I mean, obviously you're saying about DualShock, so you're on PS4, so. There's not really that many racing games out there, but I would say if you're interested in sort of arcade kind of games, and I do actually have this game as well, I would recommend maybe Drive Club. Drive Club is a pretty good game, absolutely gorgeous in terms of like visuals. I think you could enjoy Gran Turismo, and that's obviously it's only been out for like a couple of months, but again, that's more of a simulation racer. So I'd say Drive Club is a good choice, and you could probably get that quite cheap. But if not Drive Club, I would say The Crew 2. But The Crew 2 is not actually out yet. I think it's coming out in the next couple of months or something, a few months, something like that. You have got The Crew 1. You might be able to get something out of that game. It's not my choice of game, but like I say, I have played it, and it's not a bad game, and you obviously get to race around the whole of America and stuff, obviously scaled down, but yeah, it's not a bad game, but if you can wait, then I'd wait for the Crew 2, which it's kind of, it is around America again, but they've kind of expanded it a little bit, and you can fly on it now, and you can race in boats and stuff, so it's not just racing in cars. You can do like off-road racing as well, so it's kind of like Forza Horizon, but it's obviously Forza Horizon you can't get on the PlayStation. That's a Xbox and PC exclusive, isn't it? So so the Crew is quite similar to that, I'd say. Don't have Drive Club. Have heard of it, but isn't it too old? I mean, it's yeah. It was one of the first games that came out on the PlayStation 4, but the visuals still really hold up now. The visuals are amazing on that game, especially like when it's raining. Like I would say, it rivals PC racing games. To be honest, it's like maybe the frame rate is slightly low, but in terms of just absolute graphical quality, I'd say yeah, it's still pretty amazing. I actually use a 4K TV as well, so I haven't tried Drive Club since owning a 4K TV, so I don't know how it holds up on there, or whether or not they've done a new patch, because yeah, I'm using the PS4 Pro as well, so we'll do a couple of more laps around here, guys, just because I really enjoy this car. See, what I like about this game is obviously the circuits are real, but you have got dynamic lighting and weather. It's just the problem is the dynamic weather doesn't really work properly. It's like I say, it's a little bit glitched, and it does need fixing. But see, I don't really want to do this racetrack at night because the IndyCar doesn't have lights, does it? So. And obviously as well, guys, like, you know, if you are new to racing in general, like, yeah, I've got no aids on here. I know this circuit, so I know what speed and what angles to take the corners. You can have assists on though. You can have like your racing line, so it tells you how, you know, what racing line to take, when to brake, when to accelerate, that kind of thing. But myself personally, I don't like to use that. I like to use my own lines and find sort of references on the side of the track to know when to brake and stuff. So like for example here, I'll use a 200-yard board and then come off the brake just before I turn in, so I don't lose the rear wheels. Same there. And then down the straight here. Again, on the left hand side you'll see I'll brake on the 300-yard board line, keep it nice and smooth on entry, the corner, keep it in second gear, turn all the way round, brake harshly on the hairpin, first gear, and then accelerate off, and that is a lap completed. And I was 2 seconds down there on that lap, but complete this lap, guys, and then I'll go on to the final touring car races, and then we'll just basically try out different cars that I've not tried out before in this game, and other tracks as well that I've not tried out. So with this IndyCar as well, we do have a DRS button, which I've forgotten to map out on the wheel, but that basically it's like a speed boost. Gives you less drag on the straights, You can only use it once per lap. That was slightly quicker. Right, let me just quickly read your comments. So, does Drive Club have some kind of rally racing? I'm into rally pretty much. Want some good. Oh, if you want a good rally game, then I would suggest either Dirt Rally. You've got Dirt 4, which is the same franchise as what they had on like the PS3. I think even maybe the PS2. You've got WRC. I'm not sure what number that is now. I think it might be like WRC 6 or 7. I'm not even sure now. But I would say the best rally game that I've played, because I'm not really into that genre, I would say Dirt Rally. And again, you could probably get that reasonably cheap. It's probably about, I'd say it's probably at least a year old now, maybe even coming up to 2 years old. But it's I'd say it's the most impressive one. Other than that, yeah, I would say Dirt Rally, but Dirt 4 is the actual newest the newest rally game that's out there right now. So, alright, let's come out of here anyway. So like I said, guys, that is the bonus race for the last weekend of the tournament. That will be scheduled for the 10th of February, and I would imagine that'll be on roughly around 11 PM UK time. So yeah, we've got two others to. Sorry, we've got one other to do, which is the Silverstone International. That is a sprint race as well. We'll use the TC, of course. Obviously, as you can see, guys, there's quite a lot of cars on there. You have got your Ferraris and your Lamborghinis and your, everything else. I don't like that view. Let's take that off. But I'm doing it by class because this is obviously what we're doing in the league. Where are we? Touring car, there we go. So I'm going to go for the Renault Megane this time. And we are around Silverstone. As you can see, there's a lot of circuits on this game if you're new to this franchise. There's a lot of circuits I don't know of. Sugo is one of them, but you've got Texas Motorway Speedway with the variants that I will try the road courses rather than the oval. You've got Spa Historic, so we've got a lot of historic tracks as well. And yeah, I mean, like I say, there is actually rallycross tracks on here as well. I don't think it's at its best in rallycross on this game, but obviously there are people that do like rallycross anyway. But yeah, there's a lot of circuits around. Indianapolis is another one that I'd like to try out, and Circuit of the Americas as well is something I kind of learnt the other day, but I'm very new to that circuit. Home to the American Grand Prix in F1, and probably Indy cars as well. I would like to try the Indies round. This is Monaco, the famous Monaco, if you don't know. But yeah, there's a lot that I want to try out, guys, just because I've not really had the opportunity to. What am I doing? Silverstone, right? Right, so I think it was, what is it, the national or the international? International. Right, so 2.24 mile circuit. I think there's 10 turns. Alright, and thank you for the good tips. Have a nice evening. Thank you, Sir After Burning One. And remember, guys, as well, if you are new to the channel and you enjoy what you're seeing, please do subscribe to the channel. It would be much appreciated. And like I say, I do stream other games, and we'll have uploads of other videos as well, of like story games and like first-person shooters. I'm actually currently getting into Fortnite as well, but I'll confess I'm not very good at Fortnite, but I look to get good at it at least anyway. And yeah, and obviously everything racing related, obviously you'll find it on this channel as well. So including the career mode of Gran Turismo, any new DLC that will be coming out on Gran Turismo and Project Cars 2. I do have a set of Corsa as well, but it's not really a game that I play that often, to be really honest. And although I don't normally play NFS and the Crew and them sort of games that much, you know, obviously I know the Crew 2 is coming out soon, so I would like to at least purchase that and see what that's like, and maybe do like a walkthrough or playthrough or something like that. So, but like I say, I really do appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in, and obviously if you are watching this as a video, then I hope you are enjoying that too. Right, so this will be 10 laps, 10 laps around this circuit with 10-minute qualifying. This would be the last race of the touring cars, and yeah, I think I've got all my setup correct how it should be. So let's just go around here now. Got to warm them tyres up, so not too much grip. Going this way, I nearly got confused. So yeah, this is a lot shorter than the normal Silverstone track, obviously home to the British Grand Prix in F1. So I am looking forward to this race. I think this race will be really good. Quite a tight circuit, so we've got a couple of straights as well. Quite a wide circuit, of course. So you know, lots of passing opportunities. I've not quite warmed up there, so I did come off the gas a little bit. If I can get round in third gear, sure. Second gear, try and clip the apex, and this apex of course as well. You can see the front left tyre is starting to wear down already, so that's a 1:12.4. I hope that this will be a faster lap time. I'll try and keep it on the circuit. Up already, we'll keep that in third just to see what to do there. That's a lot quicker. Remaining fourth gear here, maybe that's in third. 1.1 seconds up. Previous lap. A little bit too deep, which compromised the line there. And we're just shy of a second up, so 1:11.4. before was that we'll put the replay on, but that will at least complete the preview of what is coming up in the Flying Liga Championship. And yeah, like I said, guys, so we've got 3 weeks remaining, but it's every Saturday 9:30 p.m. So I hope you can join us for the racing. There should be 16 of us, so it should be some really, really good racing. I'm not obviously. I was hoping to win some races, but obviously I'm not quite at the pace right now. So, so yeah, I'm not really sure what to expect. But we did get a decent 4th position last weekend, so I'm hoping for more of the same. But it's a high quality league, and we should see some really tight racing, especially like I say with the touring cars. You know, they're built for tight racing. So like I say, I hope you can enjoy, and yeah, and like I say, anyone that's interested in joining up in racing leagues as well, or even just joining the Flying League of Champions community on PlayStation, then like I say, leave a comment below the video, and I will definitely get back to you on that. But yeah, let's. So yeah, guys, I'm not going to end it here though. I'm going to test out a few other cars and stuff, and yeah, the whole point of this stream really is just to sort of get to know the game a bit more, because even though I did actually buy the game when it was first launched in September, I wasn't happy with the condition they released the game. So I had a few issues as well in life anyway, so I didn't really get the chance to play it properly anyway. And then Gran Turismo Sport then came out then, and I went straight onto that game. Really enjoyed it, but obviously because of the lack of cars and lack of like circuits and stuff, I did start to get a little bit bored with it. So because I've got quite a lot of racing friends that like Project Cars 2, decided to do some league racing. So that is something that I am trying to concentrate on now. And as you know, as the days and weeks go by, hopefully I'll get a lot better at this game. And obviously by me practicing all these different cars and stuff, hopefully it will give me some more ideas of what kind of leagues I can produce in the future as well. So but yeah, we're gonna, do you know what, I kind of want to try out the Formula, not the Formula, sorry, the IndyCar again, but around Monaco, just because I don't know, I liked the Long Beach, and although it's obviously very hard to pass on that circuit, and obviously Monaco is just the same, but it is it's a great circuit. I don't know what else I can say. I love this circuit. Brandy Butter Gaming, welcome to the stream. How you doing, buddy? I'm doing good, thank you, mate. I was just sort of previewing the league events that we've got coming up in the next few weeks. But now I've got that over and done with. We're now just sort of trying out different cars and different circuits just to see how it performs. So we're going around Monaco right now. It's a 2.08 mile circuit with 19 turns. Very tight, very twisty. You know, very easy to damage your car on. You know, a lot of barriers and everything else. But hopefully, guys, I can show you that, you know, this is I'm actually quite good at this circuit, but hopefully I won't jinx myself now. But yeah, how you doing, Brandy? I hope you're doing well, mate, and thank you for tuning in as well. I think we'll just go with the flow there. We'll go with the cockpit view.
Go, go, go!
I mean, maybe I should have gone out in the Formula A car, but I just like the handling of the Indy cars. Again, so guys, we do need to warm up the tyres. there, so I'm good. Brother, just chilling. Nice, nice. Well, hopefully you can relax to my stream, and yeah, like I said, mate, in the messages earlier on today, hopefully I'll get to link up with you as well for a few games. At least it gives you a good opportunity to see what this game is all about. It's not quite up to temperature yet, so we're taking it a little bit easier. Of course, like I say, very, very easy to lock the wheels up and lose control of the car, so it, you know, you've got to be quite careful, but a lot of fun though. Oh, right there, I nearly lost it. A little bit too early then. Locked up the brakes a little bit. I just absolutely adore this circuit. I think this car is a good, you know, a good combination with this circuit. Obviously, it's an F1 circuit anyway. I just feel like the Indies really do handle well. Really kind of puts you on the edge of your seat here as well, because it's like, obviously the car is quick, but the track is very tight and the corners come at you thick and fast as well, so. Up the hill. Down to third gear. You get a little, should have gone down to second there really. It's just that corner there, very tight. Could be a bit quicker there, I think. I don't know whether or not to remain in first or second gears there, to be honest. Oh jeez, and we caught the curb there and completely lost it. I was hoping to replay that, but we could actually replay that anyway. Let me just read your comment there, Brandy. I'm good, but oh no, I'm good. That love this track on F1. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? Is this where we lose it? Oh no, this is completion of the lap before then, isn't it? Yeah. Around Casino. And then down to the start finish line. And the podium is, of course, with the it's not even the president, is it? It's like the king. The king and queen, isn't it, of Monaco? I I mean, I'm pretty certain Indy cars don't go around this circuit, but I think they'd be pretty good around here in real life. Just wanted to see the spectacular crash I had. Lose it. So easy to make a mistake on that circuit though, but yeah, let's anyway, I know I can go a lot quicker there, guys, but that, you know, that's, like I say, it's a very a risk reward kind of circuit. You know, if you push the car a little bit too hard, basically you could die. I would have been dead from that crash, I'm pretty sure of it. But okay, there is a lot of circuits I've not tried, and believe it or not as well, guys, I've not actually done much of GT3s either. But they were the circuit that I kind of got to know a little bit the other day is the circuit of the Americas, and it's actually quite a good circuit. I might actually just do that in the Indy just to show you like how fast you can go. But one thing I do need to do actually is I need to map the buttons, because I had to change them the other day because we did some endurance, and there's not enough buttons on the wheel to actually oh, where am I? It's there, right? Okay. Yeah, it's not enough buttons to actually map everything on here, so I had to sort of change a few things around. So with the Indy cars, you've got the I think it's the, I'm not sure if it's the KERS or the DRS now actually, but yeah, I had to replace them two with these two, so I don't actually need them for now, so we can map them now. In fact, I might do it the other way around. KERS I think should be R2, so let me just do that now. And then DRS as L2. There we go. Okie dokie. Right, okay, so let's go around the circuit of the Americas. Like I say, it just gives me a little bit of food for thought, guys, because you know, maybe in the future I can set up an IndyCar championship, maybe, or maybe a Formula A or Formula B. I mean, the sky's the limit with this game. You know, there are so many different classes of cars to pick from, whether it's old or new, you know, I'm really just I'm just sort of showing you bits and bobs of it. I mean, obviously my championship's only the touring cars and the GTE cars, but then you still got the GT3s, the GT4s, the GT1s. You've got the historic cars. You've got all the different formulas, from Formula Junior, you know, CBA. I think it's a Formula X now. You know, there's so many. It's crazy, really. So, but these are something I definitely want to kind of look into the future and try and set something up. So I think we can go with that. I'm hoping we can go with that. Right.
Go, go, go!
So of course, if you don't know what this circuit is, this is from this is the American Grand Prix in F1. But up until the other day, I'd not actually been on this circuit and didn't really know how to drive it, to be honest. Because even though I own, I think it was like F1 2016. Was it 2016 or 2017? I can't remember now. I think it's 2016. But yeah, even though I had that game and this circuit was on there, I was never good at it. So again, guys, we've got no tyre grip. If you look at the graphic in the bottom right corner, you can see that the tyres are sort of they've kind of gone green a little bit now, but yeah, you want them to be light green, and then you know that the tyres are up to temperature. hopefully by the time we get to the start-finish line, hopefully we will be up to speed, brakes to a decent temperature, and obviously the tyres as well. Late there. Didn't take that too well, but we're okay. We're okay. Right, some tyres. I think. Oh my God, we've lost it! Ah! And like I said, guys, we have got all the assists turned off, so driving the Indy car is quite difficult if you slightly miss your braking, or maybe go into a corner a little bit too fast and you're not smooth enough with the steering. You will go sideways like I just did. Right, let's go for this lap anyway. Tyres should be up to speed now. Sorry, up to heat now. So. No, I've done it again. Sworn on maxed out the buttons. So oh, do you know what it is, guys? I think you can use the DRS in the race, but you can't do it in qualifying or practice. I think that's how it works. Well, that was a bit of a waste of time for me to do that, but okay. Backed up a little bit there just to get a better exit. As you can see there, did lock up the wheels. We'll do one more lap, put the replay on, and we'll get on to the next car. But yeah, like I said, guys, if you are enjoying the video or the stream, please do leave a thumbs up for me. It really does do a lot for the channel, and it'll just kind of show to me as well, like whether or not I'm doing things the right way or not. It would be much appreciated, guys. Oh man, mucked up again. Keep mucking up. It's a difficult circuit though, very difficult to get things right, and like I say, I am still relatively new when it comes to this circuit. I've only really practiced it for about one day really, and obviously yeah, it's on other F1 games, but I've never really been that great at this circuit, to be honest. I think even on like F1 2016 I actually used to use the racing line because I just couldn't predict when the corners were coming up and stuff. So here obviously I have got the racing line turned off, so it's that one now. I think I'm going a little bit too fast. It's better. Cut the corner, God's sake. That matter then. That means this lap is invalidated as well, isn't it? Oh, for God's sake. So again, this is what I was talking about with the really harsh track limits. Is, you know, yes, I made a mistake in the last corner, but punish me for the last lap, not for the next lap as well. That's a bit silly in my eyes. Ooh, nearly lost it. Hey man, welcome to the stream, sir. How you doing? I think I'm braking out way too early there. Yeah, got my line on it. It doesn't matter, it's invalidated, so no harm done. Practicing touring cars, yeah, I was doing that a little bit earlier on. I was kind of showcasing what we've got planned for the rest of the league season. But I just wanted, because like with project cars, like obviously there's a big variety of tracks and cars. There's a lot that I haven't tried yet, so I just wanted to sort of check it out really. Find this quite a difficult circuit though. I'm sure I could get a lot quicker, but you know, at least I'm actually keeping it on the circuit now. That's the good thing. Oh, we've run out of fuel. Oh, for God's sake. We've run out of fuel. I forgot. And because I've noticed a glitch on this as well, guys, where obviously right at the end I was going sideways because I've run out of fuel. What it seems to do on the replays is it seems to constantly have the smoke coming out of the tyres. Alton Park is so weird for me. I don't know why. Well, Alton Park is very obviously it's a very tight circuit. It's, I suppose, like if you compare all the other circuits, like on project cars, normally there's a bit of a pattern. There's like a lot more left-handers than right-handers, for example. Whereas Alton Park is, I think on Alton Park there is still a lot more right-handers, but there is like quite a few left-handers that will actually burn the tyres away as well. You know, because you have got some quite long, fast corners. Then you've got some really tight corners. You've got chicanes. You've got a bit of everything on that circuit, I feel. So client-side visual bug. So it doesn't happen when I'm doing multiplayer at all then. But yeah, I was a bit gutted I couldn't complete the, the lap there, because that weren't a bad lap, but yeah, obviously I didn't fill up the car too much. I was being a little bit tight on my fuel, so trying to save some money, weren't I? So. And this is where we ran out of fuel, wasn't it? Yeah. It only shows to you. Oh, I see. I got you now. Got you. On Brands Hatch, I'm quite confident now. No idea on lap times though, quick or not. Well, I mean, I had to go a little bit earlier. What was I using? I think I was using the BMW, because I've not actually, because obviously I wasn't initially supposed to be taking part in this tournament. I still haven't picked my my touring car, so I've been testing a few of them out, and so I used the BMW 320, and I hit a 1:33.8. So I don't know if that's a good lap time or not, but that's what I hit. But I only did like literally like 3 laps or something. So so yeah, I don't really know what the benchmark is, and obviously obviously that was no setup, you know, default setup, maybe changing a few little bits and bobs, but obviously nothing major. So yeah. But anyway, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick the Algarve. Now, the Algarve, I've had literally about 3 goes on it, so I am a little bit of a noob to it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick the GT3 because, yeah, again, GT3 is something I don't really pick, even though it's probably the favourite to most people. I've always picked other cars, so I'm going to do the GT3 just because it's a safe choice. And it's the Algarve. Like I say, it's a circuit I don't know very well at all. So just keeping it on the track is a bit of a goal to me right now. So it's a great track, yeah. I mean, it looks very technical. That's one thing I will say. You know, it's like I say, I'm not an expert, so I couldn't say whether or not my racing lines and the speed that I'm getting out the exits are how it should be, but yeah, like I say, hopefully we'll learn over time. But one thing I will do is I probably won't be able to use the cockpit view just because I can't see the actual apexes of the corners. So normally, yeah, I'll keep it on cockpit now just for the out lap, but for the main laps, I want to sort of I want to see the corners, and you can't really see it in this car, unfortunately. And yeah, I could maybe change the field of view, but so no, that's not first good corner. Yeah, cold tyres. But yeah, there's a lot of sharp corners on this, isn't there? I've noticed. And I think setup would definitely make a big difference on this circuit. Also, I have noticed that it really eats up the tyres. Yeah, for those that are watching now, like, you know, if you are new to the game, you know, I hope what you're watching, you know, you're sort of taking and thinking, you know, like it's giving you a rough idea of whether or not you should purchase this game or not. Now, like I say, I'm not one to like dash anyone's hopes or anything like that, but there are a few problems with the game right now in terms of like race settings and stuff, but in terms of just like driving wise, it's pretty decent. And with the variety of, oh god, I've gone way too fast on that. With the variety of circuits that are on this game, like if you are a proper motoring nut, you're gonna love it. Right, I'm going to change the view anyway. Change it to a roof. Yeah, maybe change to that just so I can see the apex. Now I'm braking on the first line that you come across. That is what I'm braking on, but I don't know if that is the right line to brake on. Like I say, I've only had a couple of goes, and like here. Can't seem to hold the line properly. It just really wants to understeer there. So I wouldn't know what a good time is in these GT3s around here. problem with this circuit is a lot of the corners look the same, so you don't know whether or not you can go around there sort of full throttle, or you need to brake a little bit, or you really need to sharply brake. I mean, this corner here is a bit of a blind corner, for example. But yeah, I think I mean, what I want to do for these league championships, you know, I want to, you know, try and organise, is I want to use a lot of the circuits that I don't know too well, because, like I say, I played Project Cars 1 to death. So tracks like Zolder and Zhuhai and all these other circuits that are not necessarily on other racing games, but they're on Project Cars, I know them really, really well. But like I say, this circuit here, oh shit, I've gone wide, haven't I? God's sake. Yeah, this circuit here, I'm having a bit of a mare right now. It's very, very tricky for me, but I want to get good at them. Look at that, look, the understeer on that corner is ridiculous. Since I've invalidated that, let me just look at the comment there, frame one. So GTEs are so much easier to drive due to much better downforce in real life. It seems that way, to be honest. Maybe I was better off using the GTE, because in this view that I'm using, it feels like I'm doing about 10 miles an hour. So I can't always judge like if I'm going at the right speed or not. I think this is a full speed one, isn't it? Pretty sure you have to brake there, yeah. Partially brake there, and as you can see, obviously no ABS there, so we just went straight. Eventually I'll get there and go, oh my god, I've done it again, haven't I? For God's sake. So you can tell, guys, I've not been on this circuit much at all. You know, I probably would need like a 2-hour session of just keep going round and round the circuit just to get used to it. I mean, that's kind of what I do anyway. Normally, is I sort of take a circuit very, very slowly, just to sort of study what the corners are, what braking references there might be, and then like with each lap I get faster and faster until I understand what the car limit is. Oh look, see, I've gone wide again. To understand what the car's limit is, and obviously with that corner there, it looks like you can go a lot quicker, but you just get, because you're kind of going uphill, you get a lot of understeer, and it's just obviously very important to get the right line into that corner, and currently that's not what I'm doing. So you know, and I personally, you know, obviously in terms of seeing the apex of the corner, this view is really good. But I'll be honest with you, it's quite a boring view though. You know, the sense of speed isn't quite there, and for me, in terms of like racing games, I find that sense of speed is very important. Have I learned from that? Jesus Christ. Maybe that's a first gear corner. I know with that corner here, it's about getting a tight line, but you can see that the front lefts go very hot as you go around. Here we actually got a corner right. There we go. see I'm locking up my brakes. I'm looking up my wheel, sorry. Come on. Eventually though, guys, I will get the hang of the circuit. But at the moment I'm sort of like looking at... Ah, look at that, really. You know, I'm looking at sort of track references on the side of the circuit just to sort of figure out when I need to brake. And then once I've kind of figured out like when I'm supposed to brake, then I can figure out when I actually turn in as well. Now of course I could just use the driving line, guys, but I don't like to be reliant on racing lines, to be honest, because they don't always get it right. It's not always the fastest line, I find. And of course when you're racing, well, that goes out the window anyway, doesn't it? Because you take different racing lines to, especially if you're trying to overtake them or you're trying to defend on the corner or something. So you can see, guys, the tyres are really worn down. I mean, we've done, how many laps we've done now? It's 4 laps down. The front left tyre is not only hot, let's put that on, but we've used, what, a quarter of the grips of the tyre degradation is pretty fast on this circuit. Oh, come on, game, you can't do this to me. I didn't feel like I did much wrong there, to be honest, frame one. I thought I took that quite nice, but the game is punishing me for living on the edge. Yeah, it just feels very, very slow on this view, but like I say, you can actually sort of learn from my, well, I say I can learn from my mistakes. I'm making a lot of mistakes right now, but every time I do make that mistake, then I can actually sort of look and think, right, we need to turn in a little bit earlier, or we need to get on the brakes a little quicker, or, you know, I can actually see that, whilst if I'm in cockpit view, I just cannot see the apex of the corner, so it's... I think really we need to pit though, don't we, because then the tyres are screwed, especially the front left. And obviously that's going to be invalidated anyway, so... Yeah, I remember Dubai. I might actually go on that because I haven't been on that track for a long time, but that used to be one of my favourite tracks. I think we might just do that now anyway. I mean, I could spend probably like 20 hours just trying to get at that track, but Dubai used to be one of my favourite circuits, so maybe we'll just try that with the G. I don't know. Guys. I mean, if there's a particular car you want me to try out, I'm quite happy to use it. I mean, I've not really used the GT1, so maybe I could try out the Ferrari F50 and see how that works. But yeah, I think I will use the F50 GT. I used to like that car anyway. So oh, nearly done that wrong. So let's go to Dubai. But yeah, those of you just joining the channel right now, welcome. I hope you're all having a fantastic Wednesday, and yeah, I hope you get to chill out, or even, I don't know, dare I say it, learn from me. Maybe not on that particular circuit, but this one I think is a good circuit though, and something. It used to be a circuit I used to use a lot as well, and I'll be interested to know whether or not graphically it's changed, or, you know, because I know with a lot of the circuits, they well, some of them were laser scanned in the first game, and some of them weren't. So I'd be interested to know if, for example, this is a laser scan circuit now. Softs, no, I can imagine. I don't think I've got softs on there anyway. Oh, right, okay, so yeah, we'll go with the hards. Just in case, because we probably won't even last a lap, will we? So we can tone down the fuel, obviously. So something like that, that'll do. 75% brake pressure. We could probably lower the front ducts, actually. Don't need... well, actually, there's a lot of corners on here, but I still think we can lower it down to about 60%. So we'll do that. Oh, hold on a minute. We want more than one downforce, don't we? Just looking at that. Interestingly, no front downforce on this car. So what? It only goes up to 3. I think we'll go on 2s. That really surprises me. You would think there'd be a lot more downforce in that car. I guess most are not all laser scanned. No, I mean I know that with the Long Beach circuit, I know that was not only laser scanned, but that was drone scanned as well, which is like a new technology and a better technology, I believe, than the laser scan. But yeah, I would imagine it's quite expensive, isn't it, to do all that. I will put it in the cockpit view in this one because I do know the circuit a little bit better. But like I said, I've never tried this. Well, this car obviously wasn't on the first game anyway, and I've just not tried the GT ones in general. So I'll be interested to know how it performs. Gearing is pretty fast in this. So it shouldn't take too long to warm up the tyres. I don't remember seeing that building in Project Cars 1, so I don't know. Oh jeez, it's going a bit too hot into there. And obviously, oh, I'll cut the track there, didn't mean to do that. Obviously the other thing that I'm obviously going to struggle with a little bit is the physics in the first game are very different to the physics in this game, so it's welcome as well. How you doing, mate? Good to see you, bro, and thank you for tuning in. Wow, why aren't the gears going down? It does feel a bit different, to be honest. But like I say, I don't know if it's because I'm using this GT1 car or not. Obviously, I know the layout of the circuit and stuff, but it does feel different. Oh man, I swear that used to be tighter. I could be wrong. It might just be my imagination, but yeah, it has been a long time since I went on this circuit though. What I don't like though is I wanted the sort of really sort of change down the gears, and obviously I understand, like, yeah, if you change down too quickly, if you're in sort of high revs, you could end up sort of blowing the engine, and so they're trying to be a bit more realistic, but it feels a bit too slow in this car though. But it's good to be back on this circuit. This was, like I say, one of the favourites for me and probably quite a lot of people in the league. So downshift limiter. Yeah, yeah, I've definitely noticed that. I know that pretty certain it was you, Si, and obviously a few others. I think Reefer, and you know, he used to have some absolutely brilliant races around there. I don't know if 156 is the first time, because obviously the GT1s are quicker than the GT3s, and obviously I do feel like on this game as well, guys, that they have slowed down the cars a bit. So you know, like if I used to hit sort of 157s, 158s with GT3s on Project Cars 1, that might not be possible now. It might be more like a 2 minute or something in this game. I could be wrong, but it does feel slower. In the game, just patch 2, you cannot machine gun downshift anymore like in Project Cars 1. Yeah, maybe. I mean, also as well, I was using the IndyCar earlier, and obviously, you know, that's what that car's all about, is changing down, changing up, you know, very regularly. So what? Since you're quite an expert on this circuit, what's the general pace with these cars around here? Obviously, I've only put in 2 laps here, so you know, I could probably get a lot quicker, but yeah, I do remember having a race around here in the what is it, the BAC monos. And you know, if you got on the power too early, you could literally like drift the car around every single circuit and sort of every single corner, and you'd end up having no tyres after like 2 laps or something. It's like pretty crazy. But I think that was quite a solid lap there, guys. To be honest, I thought it was pretty good. But I'll be honest, I thought the GT1s would have been a bit quicker. I don't know what you guys think, but that's what I generally think. So, sorry, if you're still in the chat, what you been up to, mate? You know, how's life treating you and everything? Might have done only the short version. Right, okay, yeah, there's 3 versions, I think, isn't there? Yeah. No, 4 versions, wow. Okay, why? Obviously I know that one. I know National. Because that one's quite a weird one, because as you... so obviously on... I'm trying to work this out. Right, so on the National, compared to the GP, you can see where the yellow line starts, and you go down, you got the straight, haven't you? On the National, you only go halfway through, and then you've got this like chicane. It's like a weaving kind of in and out kind of bit, and it goes round, and then it basically cuts out the whole sort of yellow, or half the yellow and a little bit of the blue. I don't know what turn that is, I'm trying to count. But basically it cuts out that whole section there. You don't go around the bend, it just goes straight, I think. Yeah, or so, well, you do kind of go around the bend, but it's not as it's not the 90 degree that you've got with the GP circuit. And then the International, comparing it, it's again instead of going all the way round, you just do a 90 degree turn, and then obviously the left turn and the right turn you got straight, rather than going all the way round the back. And the club, I don't know if the club's a new one or not, to be honest. I don't recognise it, but maybe you know, it's got bad memory, I don't know. But yeah, anyway guys, what I wanted to try out was I want to try out the Bannockbury. Now, a lot of people don't know about this circuit. This was like part of the DLC on the first game, and it was kind of like, if anyone's from the UK or from Europe, you know, if you know what Marmite is, that's the best way I could describe this track. You know, you either love it or you hate it. So I used to love the circuit, but a lot of people that are big sort of racing fans that, you know, just, you know, like doing like your Algarves, your Monacos, etc., they used to hate these circuits. This is a generic circuit, but it's based in Scotland and it looks very realistic, and it's sort of like a it's a street circuit. I mean, I don't know what else I can really explain. It's like if anyone's sort of been around like Le Mans, sorry, not Le Mans, the TT, the Isle of Man TT. There we go. It's kind of, it reminds me of something like that, but obviously a lot shorter. That's what I would explain the Bannockbury. It's like the Scottish Nürburgring. That's probably the best way I can actually describe it. So, but what I'll do is I'll go in. I want to try out the Group C ones. Now, maybe that's the wrong car to pick for a circuit like that. I'm not 100% sure, but I just wanted to see what, you know, because we tried these out on Spa before, and yeah, like a lot of people were saying these were like you know, quite a handful. I'm gonna go with the Porsche, the 1987 one, hoping that's not going to be as much of a handful, really. But yeah, these are cars I've not really tried out. I think I tried out the XRJ9 Jaguar, but I never tried any of the others. I might have done. Oh no, I've read that. Time trials, yeah. I mean, I'll definitely get onto the time trials when I'm completely at home with like the cars and all the circuits. Like I say, there are circuits that I do know well, but obviously the physics have changed on Project Cars 2 compared to 1, so it doesn't quite feel the same anymore. So yeah, we'll just go with that. I do need to change the brake pressure because obviously no ABS. I think we can get away with sort of maybe like 55% because there is a lot of straights on here. There are a lot of corners as well, but there are quite long straights on there though. In terms of tyres, I don't know. I'll roll with the soft slicks, but I don't know how long they'll last on this. We don't need that much fuel. I'm sure we can get away with maybe that. Ah shit, we can do that. Maybe because it's quite a powerful car, maybe just drop it down slightly more. Downforce. What's the downforce go down to? We had it on 5. Yeah, we'll leave it on 5. See how that rolls. I've been good flapper, just working, taking out a mortgage soon. Nice. So so where are you moving to, sire? And like local to where you are now, or a completely new area and stuff? We'll keep the cockpit view on. But yeah, if this is the first time you've seen this circuit, it's a really good circuit. Obviously, very different to anything else that you probably see on this game, but it's I think it's a lot of fun. Yeah, this is the first time I'm using this car in particular though. We do need to warm up the tyres a bit. local because of family work. Yeah, alright, fair enough. So, so you'll still be like quite near to me then, Si. I don't want to push too hard right now, guys, just because as you can see with the graphic in the bottom right, them tyres are blue, which means there's barely any grip. So how many gears has it got as well? I've got a funny feeling because it's a 1980s car. Feeling 3 and 4 gears. No, that's got 5. Front tyres are not warmed up whatsoever. It worries me a little bit because even though it's a rear wheel drive car by what it seems, but I hate that corner, I really do. I wonder if that was a second gear corner, but yeah, that completes one lap round the Bannockbury. But obviously, let's just see what sort of time we can get. Which will be interesting to know if I can take the full throttle or not. I can. I sort of did come off the pedal a little bit. I did kind of push it out of it a little bit, but what I will say is the steering, although you can get a lot of speed around the corners, you can see that the steering input is moving a lot. Just, you know, trying to accelerate in a straight line is quite difficult actually. The steering's going to be a little bit heavier. Back in the day then you didn't really have power steering, so I don't think there's power steering on this car. Could be wrong, but the steering feels a lot heavier than what it normally would be. I think I can take that with more speed as well. What you got to remember though, guys, is I'm used to driving this on a lot slower cars. Oh god, but yeah, it's a lot of fun though. I should probably take that corner a bit more speed. Again, that corner on Project Cars 1 used to be very slippery. It was almost like as if it was on ice. So, same with this corner as well. So, are we going to be just shy of the 2 minute, or is it? No, it's just above the 2 minute. So, you can probably go a bit quicker. Do one more lap round here, guys. Say though, oh god, it's a lot of fun, this car. 1.4 seconds up, it's good. no, we've lost it. Oh, right. So we was pushing a little bit too hard now. Let's just put the replay on anyway, just to see how it looks. And again, we've got that bug again, guys, because I lost it. Now for the whole replay, we've got tyre smoke coming out. So. Right, so let me read your comments. So, thank you, Brentwood, there's a work there, or perhaps Gideon Park or Harold Wood. I'll still be relatively close to you. I mean, they're expensive areas, though, so aren't they? To be honest, well, definitely Brentwood. Gideon Park and Harold Wood is sort of nearer to London, isn't it? So I think, isn't it? So, so I'd imagine that's probably even more money, but. I don't know, Essex in general is just an expensive area, isn't it? But obviously you got the money side, you know, to have some. That's not the smartest word. I mean, it's like this isn't actually in the league. This I'm just kind of like trying out different cars and obviously like different circuits just to see how it performs in this game and obviously there are certain circuits on here that I've not even tried out, so I mean I'm a little bit reluctant to actually go on it because obviously it'll be my first time around this circuit and I'm going to come across as a bit of a noob, let's be honest, so I want people to see good gameplay rather than me screwing up every lap, but obviously I did screw up here, but you saw enough that I can actually race around this circuit. But yeah, you see there, just completely lost the rear end there, and yeah, you can see that's exactly what happens when you do push it a little bit too hard. But like I said, guys, no assists on, so and you know, even on the first game, I used to use like ABS and sometimes like stability control and stuff. So. Whilst with this game, I just thought, do you know what? I had certain issues when I did have assist on where I couldn't control the car, so I thought, sorry, I'm going to turn it off and just race the proper way. And to be honest, I'm actually enjoying it now. I'm actually enjoying it a lot more. So, yeah. The car classes for the league is touring cars and the GTEs. We did the first round last weekend around Monza. In the end, I have to be honest, even though I'm obviously recording this video and obviously live streaming, but it didn't go too well, Si, if I'm being completely honest with you. There is a lot of issues with this game where I'm having to turn off a lot of the settings, because when I do have the settings on, it either completely screws up the game or it just becomes really unfair. So I've had to turn off, for example, the track limits. Now I was hoping, like from last week, that everyone was going to drive fair. So obviously people that know Monza, obviously you got 2 chicanes on there, so you could quite easily cut the chicane on there and gain a lot of time. But you know, I thought I could trust in people that they wouldn't cut the circuit, but as it turned out, there was one person in particular that kept doing it because he obviously didn't have a great race. So and then the other thing that I noticed, at least anyway, is there was a lot of disconnections. So we started off with 16 people and I think we had like 7 disconnections in the race. Now we did a 35 lap race around Monza, which I would say is a standard endurance race. I mean, I'm pretty sure you know, some people would think endurance races like 2 or 3 hours. We did an hour. But there was 7 disconnections. Bear in mind that it's only a 16-player lobby. So I was really disappointed with that. But this week is the turn of the touring cars, and these are going to be the sprint races. So every race is going to be 10-minute qualies and probably roughly about 10 to 15 minutes of race. So hopefully we won't have any problems like that. And there was a bit of an uproar where I said, look, I'll turn on the penalties now because I can't trust in people, and then I literally had people saying, well, if you're going to do that, then I'm pulling out the league. Because like I say, I do understand people's pain where, you know, through no fault of their own, they'll get a hefty track penalty, whether it's slightly crossing a white line, or you know, like I say, getting punted off a track, and the game will penalise you for going off the track and not the person that crashed into you. I think that's very harsh, and accidents do happen in races, unfortunately, you know, and should that happen to anyone, and if it happened to me, I would get really cheesed off with it. So I've had to turn it off, in the grand scheme of things. The other thing as well is, obviously the race was an hour long, but the replay only saved half an hour. So I saw this one person in particular that kept cutting the track, and I even saw it on my stream. But obviously for me to see the second half of the race, I wasn't able to do that. And also as well, because I wanted to start editing videos and show you sort of like the best highlights rather than you having to go through the whole race, which some people can do, but some people can't. I would like to do like maybe like a 20-minute video or something where I can sort of cut to the chase and just show you all the incidents in the race, and obviously not just having my viewpoint but having everybody else's viewpoint. I couldn't do that because like I say, the game only saved half the race and not the whole race, so this is an issue. Now hopefully it's a bug, or hopefully it's not going to do that in the sprint races, because like I say, a 10 to 15 minute race is all it's going to be. So like I say, I just hope that things work out this week, but we'll have to see. So you got rid of Project Cars 2. Never played it since I got it, so I was like, fuck it. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I bought it digitally, so I had no choice. But and I also bought the season pass with it. Now, obviously, initially I didn't play the game at all. And then obviously, as you know, and a lot of people know, I had a few health issues, which then I wasn't able to play. But then when I did come out, the Gran Turismo just come out then, so that then I was practicing on that, and like I say, because of my health condition, I wasn't able to use my wheel, so I was using the control pad, and then eventually I did get onto the wheel, and I stuck it out with Gran Turismo up until the end of the year, but obviously, as most people know, that game gets very boring because of the lack of content that's on show. I do still like the game, but like I say, it just needs more content, and obviously the physics are a little bit weird as well. But but everyone seems to be playing Project Cars 2 again, so I thought, sod it, we'll do a league. And there isn't really any other racing game I can play on the PS4 right now, so it's a bit disappointing. But the other thing as well, Si, was obviously I wanted to do the commentary. I wasn't actually going to get involved in this season's races because I wasn't up to speed with everyone. So I was just going to literally broadcast the race, which you can do from the director's mode, and just commentate over the top of it. But unfortunately, one driver pulled out on the day of the race, which was Kaz. If you know, I think you know who Kaz is. But yeah, he pulled out, and obviously didn't read all the messages from the group messages, and I don't think he realised that was the first week of the races either. But he obviously didn't like the bugs in the game, so he was like, sod it, I'm not playing the game, and he really left me in the lurch. So I'm having to race in these races now, which in a way is good, but like I say, I'd rather be competing when I know I'm competitive rather than when I'm sort of half and half, you know. So, and also as well, because this is a new YouTube channel, so I wanted to show different content to what I would show like on Twitch, for example. So I'm very frustrated at it, to be honest, and this is what I'm trying to say, guys, is obviously I am trying to build the racing community, and if there are people that are interested, please do leave a comment, leave a reply in the comments below. We are looking for some fast and clean and fair drivers, to be honest. And you don't have to be the fastest drivers in the world or anything like that. But the standard is pretty high in this league, so it would help if you are you know, a decent driver and quite a competitive driver. But you know, like I say, I don't discriminate. You know, if you are, you know, not as quick as others, but you still have good race craft, then you are still welcome to join the community. So, because, well, I mean, I thought it was a bit bullshit, really, Si. He kind of there's a glitch in the game where the wheel will slightly turn when you're in the pits, and when you come out of the pits, it puts you into the barrier. But all you have to do is centre the wheel, and or if the wheel does kind of spaz out a little bit, then obviously just come off the accelerator. You know, like, it's not difficult. Yes, but obviously, you know, there are other bugs in the game as well which are more annoying. He didn't actually mention that, but that bug in particular, that was the reason why he quit, basically. And then he obviously came through and said that, well, you know, also as well, I've got a birthday party to attend to, and I might have work that comes up. But he didn't say that before. He didn't, like, you know, as far as I was concerned, he was like, no, I'm well up for the league. You know, he saw the schedule as well, so he knew that it started that weekend. You know, because I put the dates with the schedule, obviously, and he was completely fine with it. So I thought it was really strange, and obviously I messaged him afterwards, and I obviously wasn't happy. You know, he was kind of like, well, things change, don't they? That was his attitude. So I'm not. I mean, I know that people's schedules change and everything, and you know, people live busy lives and whatever. I know events come up, you know, so I'm fully aware of that, you know. But if someone commits and say that they're fully committed, especially when it's only a 4-week test season as well, I kind of expect them to at least commit. And if something does come up, then so be it. But not actually just say no, I'm not competing when I've got everything set up and everything. And like I say, I felt like it kind of ruined my first week for the league, because I planned for the commentary, so I kind of set myself up to commentate. Obviously, this is a new thing for me. This is not something that I normally do. I put a lot of time and effort into trying to make that a success, only for me to then having to pull out from that and start racing again. So it's very frustrating, very frustrating. But I suppose that's life, guys, isn't it? Okay, anyway, guys, what I'm going to do is, I've never been on Sugo before, so I'm going to try Sugo, and we're going to try, I think, do you know what? I think I will try a completely different car that I don't ever pick. So, I think we're going to go for the GTOs. Now, I'm going to try the Nissan 300ZX Turbo. They're both the same by the looks of it, so we'll go for that. But like I say, I've never been on this circuit, guys, so don't judge me. But as you can see, guys, 2.43 mile length circuit, 9 turns as well. It looks like there's two quite long straights, and it looks pretty technical as well. A lot of sort of long bends, some sharp hairpins by the looks of it. So I'll be intrigued to see what this circuit's like. Yes, I completely agree there as well. Well, I could do a league in GT Sport, but I don't know enough people that play it. The majority of people that are in this Project Cars 2 league don't have Gran Turismo and have no intention of buying Gran Turismo. Despite me saying that the game is actually better than you think, and you know, it's, you know, you don't get half as many problems in that game as you do in Project Cars 2, but they're not convinced. So it, you know, unless you know loads of people that can race in it, I can't see it happening, to be honest. Also, as well, so I was hoping that I know you're a busy man yourself, and maybe it's something that's out of your comfort zone. But I was hoping to have a co-commentator with me because I kind of realised how difficult commentating could be, especially when you're on your own. And you know, having a sidekick would have been, yeah, it would have really helped me out and probably would have made the stream or videos like a lot more entertaining. But I did ask a few others, but they never got back to me. So I'm guessing it's just a daunting kind of thing. Anyways, so there's not really much I can really do in terms of setting this car up because I've never driven this car, so I'm just going to leave everything how it is apart from the brake pressure and maybe put a little bit more brake balance into the fronts. But we'll put the hard slicks on just for now as well. It's just really about learning the circuit really and learning the characteristics of the cars as well. But yeah.
Go, go, go.
Oh, that's a weird cockpit though. And I can't even see above the dashboard, to be honest. I might have to change this view, you know, guys. Oh, jeez. Oh, okay. This car is a handful. Straight away. I know we've got cold tyres, guys, but still. We'll put it on this view just so I can actually see outside the window. This looks like a shark. Oh no! Wow! God, this car is a handful. Sort of looks a little bit like Suzuka as well. I mean, I know it's in the same country, isn't it? Japan, but it does look a little bit like Suzuka. Oh, come on, car. Help me out here. If I had in cockpit view there, guys, you could see me frantically turning the wheel then. Really do need to get the tyres up to temperature. Say that it looks quite a good track though. Maybe I didn't pick the right car, but it seems alright though. Nice but technical, yeah. Oh my god, these cars are an absolute handful. Maybe I just picked the wrong cars for this circuit, you know. Maybe I should have gone with something that I know that I can drive around a circuit that I don't actually know. So, just, I mean, I'm barely applying any throttle, but it seems to be that it lacks the front downforce. Feels like there's no grip on the front at all. But I can't give the car credit. It's got some power. Definitely got some oomph in it. Whoa! But yeah, you can see how fishtaily it is. I mean, yeah, that was literally half throttle there, guys, because I think it would have literally drifted around the corner. We'll brake on the 150 mark. Oh, look, see what I mean, guys? Jesus. Just caught it in time. Oh my days, really? Come on, car. Sort yourself out. I mean, don't get me wrong, guys, it's a lot of fun, this car, but trying to keep it on the circuit is a bit of a challenge. Track reminds you of Twin Ring. Yeah, it does a little bit actually. I do miss that circuit, and I really do hope with Gran Turismo that they add the old circuit, like real circuits, but add the old circuits, because I am pretty surprised that being a Japanese game, they didn't have Fuji Speedway, which is obviously making its debut on Project Cars 2, but also yeah, that circuit particularly you were talking about, and another one as well. I'm sure there was another one. But do you know what? I think this is something I could learn. I think this is definitely a circuit I could get into. But like I say, maybe just pick a different car. Maybe I need to adjust the brake pressure as well. But you see there, guys, I'm not exactly going into these corners with that much speed, and the rear just literally wants to step out, and it's a bit of a problem. It's like it kind of oversteers a lot, but then it understeers a lot at the same time. It's a very tricky car to get the hang of. Brake. I mean, I might have to look at the setting and maybe just, I don't know if you can actually apply front downforce on this car, but if I can, then that is probably what I need to do. Jesus Christ. Like any sudden movement in the steering, and it really does just want to drift. See how that looks on the replay. You'll see a little bit of drifting anyway, guys. Not that I meant to drift or anything like that, but you can see how unstable I was. I miss the original circuits like Trail Mountain, Deep Forest, etc. But again, it's baffling why they're not in there. I mean, I think a lot of people would have just taken like just having like the PS3 graphics in there and just having them as circuits. It's just what really hurts me is the fact that they've been very coy on what DLC they're going to be releasing. Now, obviously, they do want to make it a bit of a surprise, but in terms of like circuits, because obviously we are pretty low on circuits in that game, I would have thought that Kaz would have actually come out and said, look, you know, we're going to be adding these circuits very soon or whatever, because that extra variant of the Kyoto. There you go, you see my drift there. Of was it Kyoto and Yamagiwi? Yamagiwi? I can't even pronounce it. But that track variant, when they kind of merged the two together, okay, it's okay. It's not a bad circuit, but it's essentially just the same circuit, isn't it? You know, you're not really getting an extra track there. It's yeah, like I say, I just got really bored of it. I do like the game, and I do like some of the circuits on there, but it's just, you can't just keep racing on the same circuits all the time, otherwise it just becomes very boring. So, but that's just my feeling on it. But I will go back to Gran Turismo at some point, guys, and even like in between this league, I might just do a stream or two on Gran Turismo just to see, where I'm at on it and what community is still on it, sort of thing. So Right. Okay. Well, I thought that was a lot of fun, guys. But I think maybe if I just pick a car that are generally not too bad round, so maybe with the GTEs, maybe just see what I'm actually capable of. I think maybe though, because everyone picks the 488 Ferrari and the Ford GT LM, because that's the car I picked with that livery for the remaining endurance race round the Fuji Grand Prix track, which will be coming up next week, next Saturday, not this Saturday, the next Saturday, 3rd of February. Yeah, I think maybe we'll try the BMW M6 just to see what it's like, and then we will head on to another circuit. I mean, I've really missed the city circuits, to be honest. I really liked when they used to have like you know, Paris and Madrid and was it New York? I think they used to have, didn't they? Back in the day, I think. I really missed them circuits as well. I thought, you know, obviously they're real locations, but obviously generic in the fact that they've made a track around real roads, sort of thing. I thought that was really good. I don't know why you would just scrap it. I really don't understand. I think there's a lot of people that don't understand a lot of their decision making. You know, there's a lot of design flaws, I feel, to that game. That game could be absolutely amazing, but they just, like I say, just certain decisions they've made with that game where, like I say, it just doesn't quite make sense, and really not like making the most of the game as well, I feel. We'll roll with that. How much fuel we got? No, we don't need that. 30 to 20 litres, that'll do. You might try Gran Turismo at some point. I think you should, mate. I mean, you will still enjoy it, and it is definitely more arcadey than Project Cars, but you know, like the physics are a little bit weird, but they are still kind of sim-like as well. It's hard to really explain, but it's a good game. I feel like it's a decent game. I think the graphics are amazing on it. I feel, especially if you've got a 4K setup, and I think the sense of speed is a lot better than this game. But obviously, what it lacks is, like, you know, day to night cycles, dynamic weather, you know, all that kind of stuff that really does add atmosphere to a game, and obviously changes the way games are and everything else. So alright, so again, guys, do need to warm up them tyres, but so this is a car I've not actually tried in the GTE class, so I just wanted to try something that was a little bit more controllable, so I can actually put a decent lap in, because I do, obviously I've not been around the circuit, but I've got a rough idea of like how to take the corners. And I can also do a cockpit view on this car as well, so but yeah, this is obviously a bit of an out lap here, just trying to take it easy, gradually warm them tyres up and the brakes up. A lot more speed out there. I think next up, though, guys, I would like to try the prototypes actually. Maybe I haven't tried an LMP car yet, so it's technically a prototype anyway, but Maybe that's the first gear. A bit cocky. But no, definitely guys, I like this. Kind of gutted I didn't actually put this in the league, but the idea guys anyway is that yeah, the league I'm doing at the moment is like a test season, just to see like what tracks are working with what car, because obviously I've just kind of like put together the car and track combinations. Some of them I know that do work because they worked on the Push Cars 1, but in general I was just experimenting. So yeah, I seeing if it was working, but yeah, I mean, what I would like to do in the next league is kind of leave it with one car and just do a big sort of championship with it. Just don't really know what class to pick, because I've got a feeling if I say to everyone, right, we're going to do a GT3 league, they're going to be like, nah, it's boring, I don't want to do it. So I just kind of got like I say, experiment and just see what works and what doesn't work. But the idea is to have a fully fledged season where you might have, say, 20 odd races in the season. And you know, so try and keep everyone interested. And obviously I want our league to sort of grow into like an Apex or AOR kind of league system or whatever. You know, I want my league to become sort of leagues that kind of rival them. Obviously, what they do brilliantly, and they've done a fantastic job, really. But you know, I have got ambitions myself. Way too soon. Way too soon. So that's invalidated, but you know. Yeah, I just need a lot more practice on this track, you know, well, what are the really sharp corners, what are the, you know, second gear corners, third gear corners, etc. You know, I just, obviously that just take me a little bit of time just to really get the hang of it, but, I mean, that was quicker, but it was obviously invalidated by cutting the curb a little bit. But like I say, guys, that's what frustrates me about this game, is that all I did was go a little bit wide. I didn't actually cut the corner. But yeah, that car felt really nice, to be honest. Like, maybe it's not as quick as you know, your 4 GTs and your Ferrari 488s, but it felt really smooth though. Right, so about the fuel consumption though, I can send you a couple of shots how they see it from the car accurately. Yeah, I mean, by all means, frame one. I mean, yeah, you can see I went wide there, guys, but I actually lost time there by going out wide. So to get them penalised for losing time, I think is really harsh on this game. No doubt though, guys, this is a beautiful car though, isn't it, the M6? I mean, I like the look of it on Gran Turismo, but Gran Turismo, that car is an absolute handful. I mean, I think I think the problem with Gran Turismo is a little bit over exaggerated in terms of the oversteer and the yeah, like the drifting. But yeah, that's a beautiful car. Beautiful car. Right, okay, so to be honest, guys, because I've been streaming for the last, oh god, probably nearly 4 hours now, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a couple of more little tryouts, and then I probably will end the stream. But I really do thank each and every one of you for being here, though. Honestly, it does mean the world to me, and yeah. So this is all in aid of trying to, you know, generate more interest in not only this game but into people that are interested in their racing as well. So so like I say, if you are not coming from the stream and you're watching this as a video, then like I say, just let us know in the comments if you are interested. I know I've said it quite a lot of times now, but I want to get that point across, because you know, it's hard enough to try and find people interested in racing leagues and stuff, and obviously there are quite a lot of people that are already involved in it. So the Expo is a GT4 car, really? I had no idea though. We'll have to try that. What track have we not tried out yet? So I'm thinking maybe I'll tell you what, I've never tried the Spa Historic, so I might use that for the LMP car just to see how we do. But do you know what? Actually, I was going to go on the Indianapolis, but I think it won't be very good on that. The GT4s are pretty slow, aren't they? So I think we will try something a little bit more exotic. You need to assign a button called Cycle Motec LCD. Fuel consumption is on page 3, usually on the steering wheel. Okay, alright, well it's difficult though, mate, isn't it? Like, there's only so many buttons you can put on a wheel, and obviously when you want to put in like your car management and all that kind of stuff, it's like, well then how am I supposed to how am I supposed to sort of assign a button for that? It's quite difficult, but I'll see what I can do here then. Let me. Never tried the Megane Trophy cars, so that's another one that I would like to try out. Obviously we've got the road cars as well. Maybe I might save that for another stream though. But there's quite a decent group of them. I have tried the RSO ones before. They're very light, they are. Obviously the touring cars is what we're going to be doing this week anyway. And then we've got the track day cars. So this is what I was talking about. Maybe the Radical was going to try out, or maybe. Sorry, let's use the P1 GTR then, because I've not tried that yet. And we'll go on the Indianapolis and see what we're doing there. Too few buttons on PS4, yeah. See, I've got on the L3 and R3, I've got like lights and the windscreen wipers. I mean, I could technically replace it with the windscreen wipers since the weather system is a bit broken in this game. So let me hold on. Let me come out then. Let's go to controls. Let's go. I've done that with it. There we go. Right, okay. Alright, I'll swap it to. Hold on, what have we got? Windscreen wipers R3. Right, okay, so I'll change to R3 then. Right. Yeah. Because, yeah, like I said, I'm not really that fussed about the windscreen wipers. Especially if I pull it, like, because you can get around, you can actually get around the windscreen wipers, because if you don't use the actual cockpit view, then there's no real need for the window wipers. So So let's go private testing again. Let's use the P1 GTR, see how that handles. I'm guessing it is going to be like a road car. Yeah, I mean, well, technically though, on the DualShock, there is actually more buttons because you've obviously got the touchpad, haven't you? Whilst you don't have a touchpad on the wheel, or I don't at least, anyway. So yeah, guys, this is the first time I'm going on the circuit. Although saying that, I might have gone on this on a previous Gran Turismo. I'm pretty sure this might have been one of the circuits for the GT Academy stuff, possibly. But you know, if it was this circuit, it was a long time ago, and you know, I don't think I played it enough for me to actually definitely know it is this track or not. Interestingly, the front that opens 100% on this car. It's quite, yeah, that's pretty interesting. So we got the Pirelli slick, and we got the soft Pirellis, and the hard Pirellis. So that's, again, what's the difference? We'll go for that one because it does come under soft. But interestingly, there's more tyre selections for this car than there is on GT3 cars and stuff. But okay. Razorblade, welcome to the stream. How you doing? What's the best TC then? I don't know, mate. I'll be honest with you. They're all quite easy to handle, so I wouldn't really know. I mean, I quite like the BMW 320s, but I don't know if I don't really see that much difference in the cars. I think I just prefer the BMW because it just looks nicer. And maybe the BMWs are. Do you know what? I don't even know. Obviously the Megane and the Astra Opel, or the Opel Astra, and the Mercedes, they're all front-wheel drive cars, but I do feel like the BMW's not. And you would expect the BMW to be rear-wheel anyway, but it just feels a little bit more planted, the BMW. But maybe it's not as fast, you know, in a straight line. Maybe I'm not really sure, mate. Either way, it's pretty close, but I'll just say just try them out, mate, and see how you get on. But I did like the BMWs. Yeah, I thought it would be, to be honest. I thought it would be, but I didn't. The reason why I felt like I didn't really know is because obviously normally with a rear-wheel drive, normally you get a lot of oversteer, but I didn't really feel the oversteer in the BMW. It just felt nice. Whilst with like the other cars, you can kind of tell that they're front-wheel drive because they understeer quite a bit. Although I say they understeer quite a bit, but then obviously the rear tyres don't get warmed up, so sometimes you do get the oversteer because you haven't got the grip on the back. It's weird. It's weird. You prefer rear wheel, so you'll probably like the BMW more than mate. Now this car I believe has got KERS. I'm not sure about DRS. I know it's definitely got KERS. No, but wait, what I mean is like with yeah, I mean with the four-wheel drive, with the front-wheel drive cars, yeah, you feel the oversteer because the car doesn't work the rear tyres, so they're almost constantly cold. So then it kind of feels like you do get oversteer, but it is literally just a lack of grip. Christ. We obviously do need to warm up the tyres on this, but you can feel the power straight away. brakes are not very good though. That could be also down to the cold tyres, but for God's sake, really? Yeah, you kind of slightly put your foot down and the rears kick up and it's hard to control, even in a straight line. Oh my God, these brakes. I've got brakes quite early there, but Jesus, this car is very eventful, very lively, a bit of an animal. And that is the curves button I'm using. Wow, the brakes are not good. They're really not good. So in that respect, it does definitely feel like a road car, and like I said, the tyres have warmed up a bit now, but they're... Oh my God, I do not drive this car. I mean, like I say, guys, I don't really know the circuit anyway, so that doesn't obviously help, but but I kind of expected the brakes to be better, and they're pretty poor, to be honest. See what I mean? Even if you feel like you've got the braking right, you try and turn and it really wants to go sideways. So I'm like almost like gingerly stepping on the power. Almost sort of scared to really completely open the throttle. Oh my God. And these, I'm using soft tyres as well. I mean, they might not be soft racing tyres perhaps, but we've got the curves down again. Right, let's brake here. We did actually brake a little bit too soon, but just wanted to try and stop the car this time. But do you know what though, guys? You know, it's not. It doesn't feel like the old project cars where anything that was road cars, like, it's like almost like uncontrollable. Like this is hard to control, definitely. But I'm having fun with it. And that's the difference, I think. The old Project Cars 1, not only did it feel hard to drive, but it weren't fun either. Like it almost felt like the car was on rails and couldn't really like learn how to control the car. It was just almost like uncontrollable. But this game, driving this McLaren P1, yeah, it is definitely difficult to learn, but I do feel like I'm learning, and I feel like I can get good with this car. So what I'll do next, frame one, is I will use a maybe a GTE car just to oh god, just overdone it there. But yeah, I will use the GTE car to check the LCD Motec, because obviously it's not going to work on this one, is it? I don't think. be interested to see how this car looks on the replay as well. I think, but yeah, I think I could consider even like using a car like this as like a, like I say, I don't know if I could do a whole championship with these cars, but definitely have a few fun races with them. Oh shit! Oh, no. That's my lack of knowledge of this track. Oh yeah, you can actually have DRS on as well. Let's see how fast we can get out of this car. Well, it was going 200 miles an hour there, guys, so yeah. Yeah, like an event maybe, yeah. It is a good car. Right guys, so I'm going to have to end the stream here unfortunately, but really do appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in today. I will be back tomorrow to maybe do a little bit of practice with the touring cars and maybe work on the setup. And really sort of try and narrow down the times. Like I said, we have got 3 races this weekend. Saturday starting from 9:30 PM. We have got Brands Hatch GP, we've got Alton Park International, both of them with 8 laps and 10-minute qualifying, and then the final race is around Dunton Park National, and that is 10 laps with a 10-minute qualifying session on there as well. So yeah, if you are interested in them races, then do tune in to 5 Lappers channel, like I say, Saturday 9:30 PM. If you haven't already done so, please do subscribe to the channel, then you can catch me each and every time I do come online. And like I say, any feedback to this video would be much appreciated, so if you did like, please do leave a thumbs up. And like I say, anyone that's interested in league racing in the future, then please do drop a comment or reply in the comments section. And yeah, and like I said, guys, I will be back tomorrow. I will probably try and get on for around sort of evening time. So yeah, like I say, look out for me there. But like I say, thank you all for joining me. And yeah, till next time, it's goodbye from me, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Take care.